जी मैम। जी जी मैम। ना हमारे एक मिनट, एक मिनट मैं लीव करके देखता हूँ दोबारा। जी मैम। जी मैम।
अभी भी आ रहा है, आप एक लॉग आउट एक से
अच्छा मैं लॉग आउट कर, एक डिवाइस को एक कर दिए। नहीं एक डिवाइस से सही आ रहा है, उसमें प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कुछ।
आपको दिखता है स्क्रीन है, बताओ आपके आप
एक बार अब देखिए, हम तो लॉग आउट हो गए, आप देखिए दिख रहा है क्या?
आप
तो कहीं और से हो रहा है तब, कहीं और से हमारे से नहीं आ रहा था।
अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है सर।
अच्छा
अब ठीक है।
ओके, एक
हाँ
मिनट। ओके समझ में आ गई बात है।
ओके
ओके अब देखते हैं, आप ज्वाइन करें।
F5
देखिए ये साउंड में आपको बैकग्राउंड साउंड आता है। जब एक ही डिवाइस पे है।
सर यहाँ पे तो बंद है हमारी डिवाइस, आवाज आ तो रही है, अपना बंद कीजिएगा सर। फिर खुल गया सर आपके
अब मैम मैं तो लॉग आउट हो गया।
सर आपका एक दिख रहा है सर।
मेरा दिख रहा है?
हाँ आप दिख रहे हो एज अ गेस्ट।
इसका मतलब तो ऐसे कि मैं तो लॉग आउट हो चुका हूँ।
अटेंडी में आ रहा है सर, आपका एक डिवाइस आ रहा है सर।
मैं दोनों जगह से लॉक हूँ, मैं दोनों जगह से लॉग आउट हूँ। अच्छा ओके ओके ओके, ठीक है मैं समझ गया
सर अब
प्रॉब्लम।
F5
डबल डबल खुल गया। अब देखिए, आप अब सही आ रहा है।
सर आप F5
शेयर के लिए
सर तो आपका हो रहा है
अब ठीक हो
F5
गया।
आपका
अच्छा
हाँ जी आपका तो आ रहा था, अब नहीं दिखा रहा आपकी।
इसका मतलब शेयर नहीं होगी।
अब ठीक
एक
है, अब
मिनट एक
ठीक है
मिनट,
सर,
इसका मतलब
अब ठीक है। नहीं हो गया
पीपीटी दिख।
पीपीटी दिख रही है सर।
ओके
हाँ अब ठीक है सर।
एक मिनट, मैं समझ गया क्या प्रॉब्लम थी। अब सही हो जाएगा। हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक है, अब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रही ना?
F5 नहीं हुआ पर अभी।
अच्छा ये 5 करके देखता हूँ। अब देखिए मैम आ रहा है।
F5
हाँ बिल्कुल आ रहा है मेरा।
आपके इधर आ रहा है?
हमारे
अच्छा
पास
आ जाएगा।
ये
हाँ
5 पे तो आ रहा है
आ
मेरा।
गया सर आ गया।
हाँ
आपका क्वेश्चन
ठीक, अब ठीक है मैम। ठीक है मैम।
ओके। Shall I start, Mansof sir?
जी मैम,
Okay.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes sir, you're audible sir.
अच्छा, मेरा वीडियो डिसेबल है ना?
Yes, your video disable sir. हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
ओके.
Everything will be tokenized and connected by a blockchain one day by Fred Ehrsam. Good morning, everyone. There is a famous quote by Carl Rogers that say, the only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to learn and change. On this note, I, Dr. Tripti Lamba, Associate Professor in Computer Science Department, would like to welcome all of you on behalf of IITM to the last day of our one-week faculty development program on emergence of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. I am privileged to welcome our first speaker of the day, Professor Dr. Mansof Alam from Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Dr. Alam has done his PhD in computer science from Jamia and working as an associate professor in Department of Computer Science at Jamia, New Delhi. He awarded Young Faculty Research Fellow from DIETY, Government of India. Sir, first areas are cloud computing, IoT, big data analytics, and digital logic design. He has published more than 80 papers in a reputed journal. More than 7 PhD students have been awarded degrees and approximately 60 dissertations supervised under his supervision. Sir has delivered more than 150 invited talks across the country. Not only teaching, but Sir has held many administrative responsibilities of security advisor, deputy proctor, deputy director IQAC, provost Jamia Millia Islamia, and deputy director innovation and entrepreneur center at Jamia. Now, I would like to request Dr. Mansof Alam to share his inputs on convergence of blockchain technology in IoT and artificial intelligence. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Respected Director, sir, colleagues, organizing team member, and my dear participant, good morning to all of you. Friend, today's topic for discussion is convergence of blockchain technology, IoT, and the artificial intelligence. Friend, you know, these technologies are very important these days, and a lot of applications of these technologies in your real life. I'm not going to teach you because all of you are teacher. So I'm going to share some information which I know. For 1 week, there are a lot of talk on blockchain technologies. I hope you have learned a lot on blockchain technology. Today is the last day ऑफ योर FDP। सो इसमें हम देखेंगे कि ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी जो है कैसे डिफरेंट एरिया में काम कर रहा है, और हर स्पीकर ने इस ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव से आपको दिखाया होगा। मैं बहुत ही सिंपल वे में आपको समझाऊंगा, क्योंकि एवरीवन अवेयर अबाउट आफ्टर 6 and 7 days टॉक कि ब्लॉकचेन इज नथिंग। मैं कहता हूं ब्लॉकचेन जस्ट ए सॉल्ट, नमक है। जैसे आप खाना बनाते हैं, उस खाना में चाहे वो पल्स बनाए, सब्जी बनाए, वेज बनाए, जो भी, अगर उसमें नमक नहीं डालते हैं तो आपके खाने का टेस्ट नहीं आता है। तो क्या करते हैं, हर खाने में नमक डालते हैं। उसी तरह से ये जो ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी है, इसको हर जगह पे आप यूज कर सकते हैं। ये जब टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं आया था मार्केट में, तो उसके बावजूद भी हम सिक्योरिटी के लिए डिफरेंट टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करते हैं। ये नया टेक्नोलॉजी है और ये बहुत ही उतना ये नहीं है डिफिकल्ट, बहुत ही इजी है। जैसे पहले आप क्रिप्टोग्राफी करते थे, बहुत सारी टेक्निक्स, ये एक छोटा सा टेक्निक है और इस टेक्निक को हम यूज करेंगे डिफरेंट एरिया इन द कम्युनिकेशन। जस्ट मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं कि कैसे ये ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी यूज होगा अपने फील्ड में या किसी पार्टिकुलर फील्ड में। मैं यहाँ पे बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजी है, जैसे आपका क्लाउड है, बिग डेटा है, बट आई विल नॉट डिस्कस दैट ऑल। आई विल ओनली डिस्कस द IoT, artificial intelligence, and the blockchain. How these three technology can converge together to give the birth of real life applications. Starting with an example. अब देखिए यहाँ पे आप सब पार्टिसिपेंट, नियर अबाउट 400 पार्टिसिपेंट आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन दिस। दैट मीन्स 450 node are connected right now. Now I am sending a message, I am broadcasting the message, and this message will be broadcast and the received by every node. अब देखिए इसमें कहां पे हमारा ब्लॉकचेन का इस्तेमाल होगा। जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया, तृप्ति मैम इज ए गुड टीचर। किसी नोड ने, किसी पार्टिसिपेंट ने मेरे मैसेज को रिसीव किया और उसको मॉडिफाई कर दिया कि तृप्ति मैम इज नॉट ए गुड टीचर, एंड देन ब्रॉडकास्ट कर दिया। तो ये किसी को पता नहीं है कि मैंने क्या बोला। मैंने बोला तृप्ति मैम इज ए गुड टीचर, बट एवरीवन रिसीविंग तृप्ति मैम इज नॉट ए गुड टीचर। इसका मतलब कि कहीं ना कहीं अल्टर हो गया जो पहले का सिस्टम है। यहाँ पे ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे इस्तेमाल होगा और कैसे काम करेगा, देखिए। अब आपने क्या किया कि ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को यहाँ पे यूज करें। अब देखिए ये IoT डिवाइसेज है, IoT डिवाइसेज डिफरेंट प्लेसेस पे आप उसको कनेक्ट किए, वो भी एक नेटवर्क है। तो ये आपको सिंपल बहुत सारे लेक्चर में बताया गया होगा कि ब्लॉकचेन जो है कुछ भी नहीं है, जस्ट ए डेटाबेस, बट इट इज नॉट द रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ द डेटाबेस। ब्लॉकचेन is just a database, or you know the concept of distributed system, and it is a distributed ledger where you can store the information. तो हमने उस मैसेज को जब क्या किया, जैसे मैसेज हम ब्रॉडकास्ट किया, नोड के पास जाने के बाद, तो उसमें आपने भी पढ़ा होगा आपने कि 3 लेवल पे होता है। वहां पे हमें की देते हैं, तो वहां पे अगर चेंज करते हैं, अगर ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी आपने यूज किया है, so that changes will be reflect to each and every node that the message is tempered. यही काम है। अब इसको हम बहुत डिटेल्स में पढ़ेंगे, उससे पहले हम आपके एप्लीकेशंस वीडियो के फॉर्म में दिखाएंगे और देखिएगा उसमें कहां पे आप इस ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को, IoT को एंड आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को एक साथ में यूज कर सकते। क्योंकि आज के डेट में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट and this concept is almost in all fields. Friend, you know about the IoT. It is also very popular and used in the real life. Then you are going to make the intelligent device. जैसे ही हम ब्लॉकचेन को IoT के साथ ऐड करेंगे तो उसका नाम बन जाता है ब्लॉक IoT या BIoT. अब देखो IIoT इंडस्ट्रियल IoT, BIoT यानी कि ब्लॉकचेन इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स. और इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स से रियल लाइफ बहुत ही इजी हो गया है, हर जगह हम इसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं. तो एक एप्लीकेशन देखिए, इसके बाद हम और डिटेल्स में आपको दिखाएंगे. तो लेट अस स्टार्ट ए वीडियो ऑफ 5 मिनट्स इन विच यू सी द रियल लाइफ एप्लीकेशंस. The internet is evolving into new technology paradigm based around a smart system, blockchain platform, and the IoT. In the coming year, this technology will interact and converge. The convergence of IoT and the blockchain will be a major part of this evolution, enabling new automated service system and the business model. But many unresolved issues remain. So, Internet of Things, that is IoT, is the merging of our engineering physical environment with information system to create a smart adaptive object. Now see how many nodes are connected with the help of IP address. In fast-growing, increasing complex network of connected physical systems that are able to process information, communications, peer-to-peer network. These devices are becoming increasingly ubiquitous, ranging of autonomous vehicle to sensor monitoring industry phase to smart and the smart city. So IT is growing rapidly. According to Gartner, the global IoT network will connect 26 billion devices by 2020 right now. So development of IoT infrastructure to our ecosystem economics will probably be the greatest engineering changes. So dealing with the sheer amount of data due to for safe and sustainable fashion among the other issues will need to be resolved. So blockchain is a secure distributed database for recording transactions. Millions of computers network to create a distributed database for recording with the blockchain value of any kind that can exchange directly peer-to-peer without centralized authority. So blockchain can provide an automated and secure transaction infrastructure. In its capacity to track billions of connected devices and enable the frictionless processing of the transactions and coordinate between devices. The centralized approach would eliminate single point of failure bottleneck and make the data secure, creating a more resilient ecosystem for device to run on. Likewise, it enable fully automated service system. It reduces the cost. One example of IoT blockchain system is a slot. So a door lock that is connected to a smart contract on the blockchain that controls the opening and closing the door. Such technology bridges the blockchain and the physical world by making automated smart contract trust enabling frictionless automatic temporary exchange asset. A smart contract is a feature of Bitcoin technology such as Ethereum could soon operate on Internet of Things, control objects in the physical world, and the power new centralized version of sharing economy, for example, sharing services similar to Uber. Leveraging a blockchain for IoT, other new ways to automate business process and build distributed systems. The true value of underlying technology, the blockchain, has only just begun to explore as potential application to Internet of Things and smart systems.
I think the server was disconnected. Just 1 minute, please. हेलो सर, नहीं सर, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए आप अभी, जस्ट 1 मिनट में आप दोबारा ज्वाइन कीजिएगा सर। हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
जा रही है?
Yes sir, now we can hear you. Yes sir.
अच्छा,
Yes sir, I can see the PPT now.
okay, now great. Thank you very much for technical support. So friend, I was discussing about the convergence of blockchain technology, IoT and the artificial intelligence. आपने देखा वीडियो के जरिए कि कैसे इन सारे टेक्नोलॉजी को हम यूज कर सकते हैं अपने रियल लाइफ डे टू डे वर्क को कंप्लीट करने के लिए। मैं एक एग्जांपल, एक स्टोरी से स्टार्ट करता हूं। दिस ऑल डिटेल्स। ए नर्सरी टीचर प्लान टू सी द मूवी with the kids. When they reached पिक्चर हॉल, जब वो लोग सिनेमा हॉल पहुंचे, उनके पास छोटे छोटे बच्चे 15 थे, और जब वहां पे सीट का डिमांड किया तो 15 सीट एक जगह पे नहीं, स्केटर प्लेस पे था, डिफरेंट प्लेस पे। अब छोटे बच्चों को डिफरेंट प्लेस पे रखना और कलेक्ट करना, देयर इज ए प्रॉब्लम ऑफ सिक्योरिटी, कोई भी बच्चा मिस हो सकता है। उन्होंने क्या किया कि एक पर्ची ली, एक पर्ची पे नाम लिखा और उसके दूसरे पार्ट पर्ची के नेक्स्ट सीट का नंबर डाल दिया। इसी तरह से दूसरे बच्चे के पास गए, उसका नाम लिखा और नेक्स्ट जो है उसका नाम डाल दिया। इस तरह से वो एक उनका नेटवर्क बन गया। जैसे ही पिक्चर खत्म हुई, वो एक बच्चे के पास गए, फिर लोकेशन देखे, उस लोकेशन पर गए, उस बच्चे को कलेक्ट किया, और इन दिस वे शी कलेक्टेड ऑल किड्स फ्रॉम द पिक्चर। सेम कॉन्सेप्ट इज यूज इन द ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी। अब देखिए, आप कंप्यूटर साइंस के टीचर हैं सब लोग, एवरीवन अवेयर अबाउट द लिंक्ड लिस्ट। बिल्कुल लिंक्ड लिस्ट की ही तरह है ये, बस इसमें एक 3 पार्ट हो जाता है, की, प्रीवियस की एंड द इंफॉर्मेशन। जबकि लिंक लिस्ट में लिंक और इंफॉर्मेशन। अब इसी को आप किसी भी डिवाइस पे रख लें। जैसे मान लीजिए कि आपके पास, ने डिस्कस किया वीडियो में, स्मार्ट डोर। कभी कभी सिचुएशन आता है आपके रियल लाइफ में, अभी तो आपका ऑनलाइन मोड है, फिजिकल मोड में, यू आर वर्किंग इन दिल्ली और रिसाइडिंग इन गुड़गांव। जैसे ही आप ऑफिस से घर गए गुड़गांव, फोन आता है आपके बॉस का कि बहुत ही अर्जेंट वर्क है, आपको ऑफिस आना होगा। अब सोचिए, जब आप घर पे गए तो आपके घर में कई प्रॉब्लम है, किसी का तबीयत खराब है, आप हॉस्पिटल ले जाना चाहते हैं, उसी वक्त आपका बॉस का फोन आता कि नहीं, आपको ऑफिस आना। अब क्या करेंगे आप? प्रॉब्लम है कि क्या हॉस्पिटल नहीं जाएंगे तो फिर भी मेंबर को लॉस कर सकते हैं आप, ऑफिस नहीं जाएंगे तो जॉब को लॉस कर सकते हैं। तो आपके जहन पे आता है कि काश कोई टेक्नोलॉजी होती जो हमें हेल्प। सो यू कैन use these all technologies, and I'll tell you how can you solve your problem with the help of this technology. Another problems you are facing in your real life, you are living alone at your home. आप ऑफिस आ गए और आपके घर पे कोई गेस्ट आ गया और दरवाजा खोलने के लिए कोई घर में है नहीं, और आप ऑफिस से शाम में जाएंगे तो वो इंसान जो आपका रिलेटिव है वो क्या करेगा? फिर आपके जहन पे सवाल आता है कि काश कोई टेक्नोलॉजी होती जो हमें हेल्प करती। तीसरी प्रॉब्लम्स आप फेस करते हैं रियल लाइफ में, घर से चलते वक्त आप कुछ भूल गए, ऑफिस पहुंचते कि आपको याद आया कि मैंने तो घर का मोटर बंद करना भूल गया। अब एक उसका सॉल्यूशन है कि आप वहां पे जाएं और जाकर मोटर बंद करें, फिर ऑफिस वापस आए। अगर आपका डिस्टेंस लंबा है तो प्रॉब्लम हो, फिर आपके जहन पे आता है काश कोई टेक्नोलॉजी होती जो आपकी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर दे। तो नाउ टू सॉल्व दिस ऑल प्रॉब्लम्स यू हैव ए टेक्नोलॉजी, यू हैव ए IoT, you have a concept of artificial intelligence, and you have a concept of blockchain, and blockchain is very important for security point of view. So अब देखिए, तीनों टेक्नोलॉजी को जब हम एक साथ बनाते हैं तो you can solve the real life problem of our society. Let us move and see the first technology, blockchain. I'll tell some details about the each technology and how these all technology combine together to solve your problem. Friend, let us see why blockchain technology is used in our existing system in IoT and other field. The first one, unalterable copies only. When you are transferring your message, no one can alter, modify your document, your information while you are using the blockchain technology. Another reason that you are going to use the blockchain technology, that is real-time tracking. You can immediately track your message whether someone is going to hack it, modify it. So quick action and reaction, quick action of the reaction, or you are going to react, you are going to do something, then automatically action will be take place. That means everything is tracking. कहते हैं ना, आपको ट्रैक किया जा रहा है, यू आर मूवमेंट, कहीं भी जाते हैं तो आपके मूवमेंट को चेक किया जाता है। अगर आपको याद हो, बहुत साल पहले एक फिल्म आपने देखी होगी, कारतूस, जो एक सिंपल सा चिप आपकी बॉडी में डाल देता है और आप कहाँ कहाँ जा रहे हैं आपको ट्रैक किया जा रहा है, तो ट्रैकिंग। तो यहाँ पे रियल टाइम ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम इज यूज्ड व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू यूज द ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी. Security is a highly secure your data. No one can alter, no one can hack. But remember one thing, कितने भी टेक्नोलॉजी आ जाए, सिक्योरिटी की प्रॉब्लम हमेशा रहेगी, तो कभी भी परफेक्ट नहीं है. अभी देखिए बहुत सारे बैंकिंग ट्रांजेक्शन्स में भी आप देखें ओटीपी का चल रहा है, फिर ओटीपी का भी फ्रॉड हो जाता है, बहुत सारे लोग जो है ओटीपी भी शेयर कर देते हैं. तो सिक्योरिटी का जो प्रॉब्लम्स हो हमेशा रहेगा, लेकिन this blockchain technology make the system secure. So your system will be highly secured after using the blockchain technology. When you are going to use this technology, so no single point of failure. This is the reason. If you are interested that your system will not fail any time or single point of time, then you can use the blockchain technology. So no single point of failure. Another reason to use the blockchain technology, that is the transparency. Each and everything are transparent when you are going to use the blockchain technology. Another reason by which you are going to use the blockchain technology, that is reduce the cost. So when you are using the blockchain technology, the cost will be reduced, and when you are going to make the transactions, the transaction will be trusted. So that is known as the trusted transactions in the case of blockchain technology. And the last one, that is very important, no third party involvement. अगर एक से ज्यादा आदमी इन्वॉल्व होता है तो उसमें सिक्योरिटी ब्रीच होती है. यानी कि एक से ज्यादा दो लोग हैं, दो के बीच में बातें हुई, तो अगर कोई चीज लीक होता है तो पता चल जाएगा एक्स ने किया है, वाई ने किया. तो जो थर्ड पार्टी अगर होगा तो अब कंफ्यूजन होगा कि किसने किया है. तो थर्ड पार्टी जैसे ही होगा आपके चीजें लीक होने की चांसेस है. सो व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग द ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी, नो थर्ड पार्टी इन्वॉल्वमेंट. सो यूजिंग द ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी you can make the system secure. Now friend, you know, internet, nothing, communication, nothing is possible right now without the internet. Internet is the essential part of your life. And another side, blockchain. When you are using the internet, there is lot of problems when you are communicating the message. There is a lot of issue of security. शुरू में देखा ये पैंडेमिक आया जिसके वजह से आप सब लोग घर बैठ गए. अगर इंटरनेट नहीं होता तो क्या आपकी लाइफ इतनी इजी हो जाती? कुछ भी नहीं होता विदाउट द इंटरनेट। आप घर बैठे किसी से कनेक्ट भी नहीं हो पाते, ना किसी से बात कर पाते, ना किसी को देख पाते फॉर द 1 ईयर जब तक लॉकडाउन। थैंक्स टू इंटरनेट दैट मेक योर लाइफ इजी। घर बैठे आपको लॉकडाउन का एहसास भी नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि आप अपने दोस्तों से बातें करते रहे, अपना काम करते रहे, टीचिंग करते रहे। तो सी ए लॉट ऑफ फैसिलिटीज। अब जब वहां पे टीचिंग कर रहे थे तो वहां पे बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स आपने फेस किया होगा सिक्योरिटी की। कभी आपके मैसेज हैक हो गया, कभी 10 डिफरेंट टाइप की प्रॉब्लम्स आप टीचर है पढ़ाते वक्त फेस किया होगा। कुछ बच्चे आपको इंटेंशनली आपके क्लासरूम में आ गए, प्रॉब्लम्स करने लगे। तो इंटरनेट से देखिए कितना यूज है। यूज इन ई कॉमर्स, अनलिमिटेड सिलेक्शन, सर्च इंजन, रियल टाइम इंफॉर्मेशन, instant messaging, digital advertising, social media, streaming, that all work in the world can be done with the help of internet. Now the another side, that is the blockchain technology. Internet technology, internet is also a technology, and blockchain technology is also a technology. So you know what is technology? Technology means a technique. You are going to use the technique with the help of machine and the devices, that is the technology. So now the blockchain, another technology that help in digital scarcity, immutability, utility token, decentralized financial system, finality, cryptocurrency, token created, registry, decentralized, autonomous organization. These all are the capabilities of blockchain. So this blockchain can be used in the internet to make the secure communication. So you can say the marriage of internet and the blockchain. Without the internet, nothing is possible. When you are going to work in the IoT, there is also a network. And without the internet, that IoT network will not work. So these concepts is very important, and people are converging, combining different technology at one place to solve their real life problem. Now let us see the concept of artificial intelligence that is used. So everyone know about the artificial intelligence, and I'll show the applications of artificial intelligence, applications of blockchain technology, and how these all converge all together. So let us see how much artificial intelligence are popular right now. So a survey, a question was asked, do you understand what artificial intelligence? जो इंसान कंप्यूटर साइंस का नहीं भी है, किसी भी फील्ड का है, अगर आप उससे कहेंगे कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्या है, तो ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड अवेयर अबाउट द इंटरनेट. So 72% people say yes, and 70% people know, 11% not sure. Some people are not aware about the internet, artificial intelligence. And let us see, artificial intelligence change the life and living style of human being. What are the problems and what are the benefit we'll get after using these all technology all together? So see only the artificial intelligence. You are going to make the devices intelligent with the help of IoT. You are using the concept of IoT to make the device intelligence. So there is a concept of artificial intelligence. You want to make your room smart. अच्छा, एक चीज मुझे बहुत ही सुनने को मिलता है, स्मार्ट विलेज, स्मार्ट सिटी, स्मार्ट क्लासरूम, smart devices. But what exactly the smart? You know, smart means सर्व गुण संपन्न. सर्व गुण संपन्न यानी कि each and every facilities with your devices. with your classroom, with your village, means the surrounding lies with the technologies that take the decision itself. देखिए स्मार्ट का मतलब यही होता है, दो मीनिंग है। अगर आप किसी स्टूडेंट को कह दीजिएगा यू आर लुकिंग स्मार्ट, यू विल बी हैप्पी। अगर आप कहते हैं डोंट बी स्मार्ट, यू विल बी एंग्री। सो स्मार्ट का हम पॉजिटिव वे में लेकर चलते हैं, और स्मार्ट चीज बनाने के लिए आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का रहना बहुत ही जरूरी है। विदाउट द concept of artificial intelligence, nothing will be smart. Everywhere you are using, but not aware where you are using the artificial intelligence. Yes, you are using the artificial intelligence everywhere in the IoT device, and there in the later slide I'll show how this all converge. So first see, there are three parts in this. One is the green color. So AI capability today, right now, what are the capability of artificial intelligence? So today people are using in the existence, where the people are using this concept of artificial intelligence, 35% ability to replicate the human interaction, 37% interpret the speech. Right now 50% solve the problem, and 57% ability to learn. And the last one that is now in existing, machine can think logically right now also. Just like you are using the robot can think if you are giving the concept of artificial intelligence. And under the developing, that is the 19% in the play game, 18% run surveillance on the people, 31% replace the human job. फ्रेंड यू नो, आने वाला दिन सोसाइटी के लिए अच्छा भी है बुरा भी है। नए टेक्नोलॉजी तो आपको मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन बहुत सारे जॉब चली जाएंगे। ह्यूमन बीइंग का जॉब मशीन विल डू, and if you are using the blockchain technology with the security, every work will be done by the machine. And see the future in the blue color, what is going to be happen in the coming future. 10% take over the world. AI take the 10% over the world, and 8% control your mind. जिस दिन आपका माइंड को कंट्रोल करने लगे मशीन, तो सोचिए क्या होगा। जो भी काम, अब वहां पे प्रॉब्लम्स आएगी तो ब्लॉकचेन भी वहां पे फेल हो सकता है, क्योंकि नई टेक्नोलॉजी आती है तो फेल तो नहीं कर सकते, चलेगा, लेकिन दूसरी प्रॉब्लम आएगी तो न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी के बारे में सोचना होगा। देखिए ये जो टेक्नोलॉजी है ना, ऊपर वाले ईश्वर नहीं बनाते हैं, उस टेक्नोलॉजी को हम जैसे आप जैसे इंसान बनाते हैं। तब प्रॉब्लम आती है, उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए नई टेक्नोलॉजी बनाते हैं। जैसे कि बहुत सारे टेक्नोलॉजी थी, ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी आ गया, ब्लॉकचेन को यूज करते हैं, लेकिन आने वाले दिनों में और दूसरी तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स आएगी। जिस अगर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सक्सेस हुआ तो नई तरह की प्रॉब्लम आएगी, तो आपको नई तरह के टेक्नोलॉजी को फिर डेवलप करना होगा। जैसे कि 1% कंट्रोल योर माइंड। आप बताइए कि अब आप चाहते हैं कि आपके माइंड को कोई मशीन कंट्रोल नहीं करे, तो वहां पे सिक्योरिटी के लिए तो वहां पे आपका और जितने टेक्नोलॉजी है, क्या उसको कैसे यूज करना है। अगर आपका मशीन आने वाले दिनों में 1% कंट्रोल योर माइंड, तो आपका माइंड पे कंट्रोल हो गया तो आपसे कुछ भी कराया जा सकता है। तो वहां पे फिर सोचना होगा कि इंसान अपने आप को कैसे सिक्योर करे कि वो कि उसके माइंड को कोई कंट्रोल ना कर सके। तो वहां पे नया फ्यूचर ऑफ रिसर्च बन जाएगा आपका आने वाले दिनों में। और आप कहते हैं क्या कि चलो भाई ठीक है, आपने मशीन को तो इंटेलिजेंस दे दिया आपने, क्या मशीन को इमोशन दे सकते हैं? क्या इंसान के तरह मशीन सोच सकता है, रिएक्ट कर सकता है? यस, इन द कमिंग फ्यूचर 14% feel the emotion in the coming future. It is not right now, but coming future, this is the prediction ki you can give the emotion to the machine. So this is the capability of artificial intelligence, and that will be used everywhere. And for the security, you can use the blockchain technology. Now let us see a lot of applications. आपने पढ़ा होगा, इतने सारे लेक्चर हुआ आपका कि what are the applications of blockchain technology in different domain. अब ये देखिए उसी की तरह से आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का डिफरेंट डोमेन में एप्लीकेशन है। अब ये जो दोनों टेक्नोलॉजी कंबाइंड हो जाए, यू कैन मैनेज द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस and the blockchain technology, so you can do the good work. So let us see one look of the applications of artificial intelligence, that also applications of blockchain with slight different. So applications of AI in the finance, and the application of blockchain is also in the finance, in the gaming. You can use the applications of artificial intelligence in the gaming. You can also use the concept applications of blockchain in the gaming. So अगर आप अकेला काम करते हैं तो वो इफिशियंसी नहीं होगी, और आपके साथ आपका कोई साथी आ जाए तो आप बहुत ही स्ट्रांग हो जाएंगे और अच्छे से परफॉर्मेंस देंगे, इफिशियंसी हाई हो जाएगी। एस्ट्रोनॉमी, a lot of applications of artificial intelligence in the astronomy, and there you can also use the blockchain. Healthcare, a lot of applications of artificial intelligence in the healthcare along with the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology can also be used in the healthcare. Transport is a very important thing for the society. Without the transport, your movement is not possible. So there you are using the IoT devices in the transportations, and you are using the IoT in transportations, artificial intelligence, and you can also use the blockchain technology. All three technology combined all together to make the transportation smart. In agriculture also, a lot of problem. So many farmers are facing the problem in growing their crops, not good productions in the crop, in the field, in the agriculture. So you can use there the technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and IoT. So you can make the smart agriculture. Even in the education system, you can also use these three technologies to give the better education to the child of our society. And e-commerce, marketing, social media marketing, there you can also use these three technologies: entertainment, robotics, autonomous, data security. So a lot of applications of artificial intelligence, and in that applications for security point of view, you can use the blockchain technology, and you can also use the IoT. So see how these all technology converge together to give the better result. Now let us see how AI, blockchain, and IoT converge. So let us see blockchain provide an immutable record for event logging across multiple parties. IoT technology uses endpoint to sense a state and emit data. AI and machine learning data analysis techniques recognize pattern to predict, recognize and automated actors. Friend, I know there are a lot of questions arises your mind, and in the discussion we can discuss. So relationship benefit IoT blockchain means the registering devices. अब ये देखिए जो blockchain registering devices interaction create a traceability, increase security, and build a community and the trust. So there, to build a trust, when you are going to connect the various devices, and device can communicate to each other, so there you have to establish a trust between the devices so that actual message can be transmitted. Now IoT and AI. So AI hardware and software support diverse IoT devices user interfaces while improving IoT data processing. So जब IoT का डेटा को जो हम प्रोसेस करेंगे तो AI का टेक्निक यूज करना है, मशीन लर्निंग का भी यूज कर सकते हैं. So relationship benefit AI blockchain. So blockchain supports security and sharing of artificial intelligence data and analysis through its automate authentications and ability to render data immutability. Now let us see how blockchain is associated with everyone. So blockchain is associated with the artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics, and the big data. So you can say blockchain is the central part of these all concept. Here, why blockchain is a game changer for the IoT. बहुत ही important है blockchain in the IoT. So leveraging blockchain for your IoT data. When you are going to use the IoT, a lot of data will be generated. So many data will be generated. So there is a problem of storage. So to a storage problem, you can use the cloud, and the storage problem will be solved with the help of a cloud. A new way to automate business process among your partner without setting up complex and expensive satellite IT infrastructure. So blockchain data protection foster a stronger working relationship with your partner. So it makes the stronger relationship in partner with the help of blockchain. So greater efficiency as a partner take advantage of the information provided and enable IoT devices to participate in blockchain transactions and imagine the world's most fundamental business interaction open the door to invent new style of digital interaction and finally reduce the cost and the complexity. So it will be sustainable. So these are the game changer. IoT blockchain is the game changer in the field of IoT. Just ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ टाइम, बहुत सारे टाइम चाहिए आपको बोलने के लिए, लेकिन लिमिटेड टाइम में मैं कोशिश करता हूं कि मैक्सिमम इंफॉर्मेशन आप तक पहुंचा सकूं मैं, क्योंकि हम थोड़ा सा टाइम देंगे लास्ट में आपका क्वेश्चन आंसर का, क्योंकि मेरा एक दूसरा भी टॉक 11:30 से स्टार्ट हो जाएगा इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस में. सो आई हैव ए लिमिटेड टाइम. सो सी 3 key benefits of using blockchain for the IoT. What are the benefits when you are going to use the blockchain? The first one, build the trust is the first benefit by using the blockchain in the IoT. Build trust between parties and the devices. Reduce risk of collision and the tampering. Second benefit of using blockchain in IoT to reduce the cost, and the cost reduced by removing overhead associated with the middleman and the intermediate. जो मिडिलमैन जो होते थे, जो काम करते, जो पैसा जाता था, तो मिडिलमैन को रिमूव कर देंगे तो डायरेक्ट, जैसे आपने देखा है पहले क्या था, चैनल पे आप सर्विस प्रोवाइडर के पास जाते थे, फिर वो आपको चैनल देता था, फिर आपका कंसेप्ट आया डायरेक्ट टू होम, DTH, डायरेक्ट कंपनी टू योर होम. तो जो मिडिल मैन का जो कंसेप्ट है उसका पैसा रिड्यूस हो जाता है. जैसे एजेंट है, कोई काम एजेंट से लेते हैं तो कुछ पैसा एजेंट के पास जाएगा, तो अब बीच से एजेंट को हटा दिया तो डायरेक्टली बेनिफिट हो रहा आपका, तो डायरेक्ट आपका बेनिफिट हो रहा, तो यू कैन रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट एंड एक्सेलरेट द ट्रांजैक्शंस, रिड्यूस द सेटलमेंट टाइम फ्रॉम डे टू नियर इंस्टेंटेनियस. बहुत ही इमीडिएटली यू कैन मेक द सेटलमेंट. So, about the quick fact about the IoT, the 25 billion devices will be connected by at the end of 2020. Greater than 25 billions will be connected, and connected device float every capacity across the industry. And the major problems will be after using it, capacity of management and security will be the primary challenge for all organizations. तो अब जैसे ही फुली ऑटोमेटिक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग अगर हो जाता है तो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आएगी मैनेजमेंट की एंड द सिक्योरिटी की. तो सिक्योरिटी के लिए आप यहाँ पे ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर सकते हैं व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग विद द IoT. सो इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स में आपका है ब्लॉकचेन, बिग डेटा, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, augmented reality and the machine learning. So these all work all together. Due to lack of time, I am going quick fast. So this technology, everyone know IoT. This is the convergence of IoT, AI and the blockchain. So everyone know about the blockchain, AI and IoT. आप लोगों ने एक हफ्ते के लेक्चर सुन लिया. अब तीनों टेक्नोलॉजी को you can combine all together. So let us see IoT, blockchain and artificial intelligence in the network. So let us see there are just various sensors and this is the network, this is the IoT platform, that is here you are using the artificial intelligence, there is a applications and then at the last you are using the blockchain platform and then finally external IoT network and the external data source. So these all are the convergence together to give the better result as a solution to your problem. And these are the various open source platform you can use for doing your practical work. आप अपना practical work या research work करते हैं तो a lot of tools are available, that is the open source. You can get it from Google and you can use like the IoT platform, device management, yes, integration, portable, etc., security. So these all are the available online. So you can use these all tools to solve your problem, to do your research work. These all are available. And the working in the tool is not difficult. You are a teacher, you can learn easily how to use the tool. So now future of blockchain technology will be used in the healthcare system, voting system, new industries opportunity, criminal tracking, cyber risk reduce, transactions speed increase. So these all are the futures where you can use. These all are the research domain where you can give your new concept and develop the new theory in the coming future. And now the see blockchain adoption and the growth. $2.1 billion as spent on blockchain solution in 2018 globally, and 20 billion blockchain market is expected in 2024. 14 countries are exploring for developing the cryptocurrency and 69 banks are experimenting with the blockchain technology. So everyone are trying to adopt the blockchain technology and use in their own sector for their own problem. And in the last IoT and blockchain integration, just see the example architecture. So there is a IoT gateway, and then this is the farm, transport, store, and business application. So this is the here you are using the IoT edge to cloud technology, and here you are using the blockchain peer-to-peer network. So this is the example of a smart contract. So you can go in details and see each and everything. So architecture should be known to you. Then you can do your different work. And now see the distributed solution for the security, privacy. So let us see from one. This is the storing update here, then sending empty. Here empty is the match multiple transactions empty. There is a legend is given here. Then go to the 3. अगर आपका कोई नोड पे डेटा आ रहा है, अगर ओके है, यहाँ पे है ओके तो नो, then it will transmitted. If there is any change on node 3, node is changes, so it will forwarding and 5 sending empty. So this is the way you can use with the help of so many tools. You can make the block, you can transmit and do the thing. And this is the smart agriculture and etc. The layer is the blockchain and distributor is the top. in the cloud. This is the cloud in the data center. This is the distributed blockchain network, and this is the IoT smart network. In this way, you can combine these all things. So at the end, I'm going to just conclude in few minutes. Blockchain, AI, IoT, the capabilities and the main is on the screen, and there are a lot of applications. So thank you very much. It's a time for the question and the answer.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Now platform is open for the, because I have also the limited time.
Yes, sir. And any question from the participant side? Any question? All right, sir, you can stop your screen share, please.
I have to stop, ma'am.
Acha, it's there. I don't know. It stopped? It's coming in our screen.
I have stopped, ma'am.
All right, sir, you are with two devices. Both of the devices?
Just I'm ending the first device. Now it's open.
Okay.
Now it's
coming. Your screen is shared, sir.
the screen is shared.
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute.
Yes, sir. Now it's fine. Yes, sir. Now it's fine. Absolutely fine.
But
yes, sir. It's fine now.
It's a fine, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's fine now. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Mansof Alam, for projecting light on convergence of blockchain technology in IoT and artificial intelligence. Sir, I always liked your session with a simple example. You used to explain your each and everything. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Now, moving forward, let's welcome the next speaker of the day, Professor Dr. Sailesh Iyer from Rai School of Engineering, Rai University. I would like to request Professor Dr. Iyer to share with us the knowledge on research opportunities in blockchain and aligned technology. Dr. Sailesh Iyer, currently serving as a professor with Rai University, Ahmedabad. He has more than 22 years of experience in academics, industry, and corporate training, out of which 18 years are in core academics. He is involved as an editor for various book projects with River Publishers, IGI Global, and Bentham Science. A hardcore academician and administrator, he has excelled in corporate training, delivered expert talk in various AICT-sponsored STTPs, FDP, reputed universities, government-organized workshop, orientation and refresher course organized by HRDC Gujarat University. In addition, guiding research scholars as supervisor. He has also been invited as a judge for various events. The research interest areas include computer vision, image processing, cybersecurity, data mining analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Now I request, sir, to move forward, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Very good morning, and thank you, ma'am, for the introduction and for inviting me for this particular interactive session. Actually, I'm just going to share my views. It is not any kind of expert knowledge or something. It's just my views or my experience that I have on various topics. Now, when you were introducing the topics that are my interest areas, actually, I'm integrating all these topics with blockchain right now. So I've not mentioned blockchain separately, but blockchain here is one of the areas which is a very emerging area in research. And two of my scholars are working on blockchain right now. So one scholar, she is based in Maharashtra basically, and she's working on food traceability management. Especially, she's working on fish traceability management using blockchain. So that is something which is a very big emerging area where people want to know the origin of from where the food is coming. So that is an area where a lot of things are happening right now. And probably with these words, I'll just uh, share my screen. I have the permissions. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I hope the screen
Yes.
is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes.
So can you zoom it? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Done.
Okay. So my topic today is research opportunities in blockchain and allied technology. Now, one advantage of having, I think so, this is the last session for the FTP. So one advantage of that is that most of the participants are already aware about a lot of things. That's both a positive as well as a negative, because sometimes the session might be quite boring because already we have gone through all this. So maybe some things may be repeated. Anyhow, I'll just start with the session. Now, actually, one important concern here is that I mean, before going on to the research aspect, what do the people demand about food? Their food habits are now changing, especially with this COVID and various other diseases being imported from various other countries like China, etc. Now people are more, whether it is vegetarian food or non-veg food, they are more right now concentrating upon the origin of the food, what is the quality of the food. So this was a survey conducted, and in which most of the percentages have been mentioned. Quality certificate, is there any kind of quality certificate being provided to the food? So that 94% plus were interested in knowing that. Out of 100 people, 94 people were interested in knowing whether there's a quality certificate attached with the food or not that they are being served. Whether the food contains any chemical fertilizers and pesticides used in the production process. Now, this is particularly post 2020. 2020, we were faced with such a big pandemic. I mean, such a pandemic which actually forced us for a lockdown, and we were into such a kind of a state where we have never found ourselves before. So, this is basically one concern where people started thinking about improving the immunity. People started thinking about hygienic food. People started changing their food habits. I know many people in my friend circle who were actually ordering pizza on a almost weekly 2 or 3 times before 2019. Now they are probably not even ordering a pizza in 1 month. So this is a huge change in the habits of food habits of people that we are seeing. So they want to know whether chemical fertilizers and pesticides have been used in the production purposes of that food or not. So almost 91% want to know that. Whether the food is going through all the production standards. So 86% plus want to know that. What is the harvest date of the food? Now, this was something which we were not asking before, but now people are asking for this information. 86.36%. Nutrition value of the food. What is the nutrition value? 72%, 73% approximately. Want to know about it. Place of origin. What is the source? 63% to 64% want to know from where the food has originated. Who is the producer? 52% want to know. And how the food is being circulated. What is the channel? So that almost 51% want to know. So overall, if you see that there's a huge awareness among people regarding all these things, and they want to know the things. So they are demanding for this information. So this is something which has brought us close to blockchain in particular. Now, I'll just start with some use cases and then we'll move on to the research front, because use cases are directly related with the research. Blockchain use in agriculture. Since we started with food, I'm just going on to the agriculture part. Farm inventory management. That is a big use case of blockchain. How do you manage the inventory, including the harvest date, expiry date? Every management can be done properly using blockchain. Enhancing agricultural supply chain efficiency. Supply chain plays a very important role not only in agriculture, in many of the fields. Right now we have seen during the pandemic handling also, that oxygen supply chain management was also a major source of deficiency in some of the cities. So we are looking at supply chain management efficiency increasing, and for that blockchain can contribute a lot. Modernization of farm management software. Now here, my visualization just before maybe a few week, 1 week ago, I think so. It was a Sunday where I was on the panel of panel discussion on smart farming, how to efficiently increase smart farming, and that was organized by Stanley College student wing, and there was a very fruitful discussion on how farm management softwares can increase the kind of efficiency of farming. Blockchain is also one of the major contributors in this, along with other technologies. IoT optimization security in agriculture. So IoT is playing a very important role, just like the previous speaker was demonstrating about IoT. IoT, AI, all these play a very important role in agriculture, and blockchain can be combined with it to give efficient solutions. Fair pricing can be provided because you can directly reach out to the people with the help of mobile apps, and that can also play a very important role. The source also can be determined by the purchaser, so fair pricing can be directly going to the farmers rather than the commission agents. Micro loans can be provided from small to mid-sized farmers. Here again, micro loan procedure is very stringent when you go to the banks. If you go to the banks or any kind of private micro loan provider, you will find that lot of uh, you can say lot of kind of a stipulation of procedures, etc., is required. Lot of eligibility is required. All these things are monitored by the banks or by the lenders. Now, with blockchain into this, actually, the entire performance of the farmer can also be monitored by the bank, so that procedures can be eased out a lot. Now, this is what I actually visualize as the future of blockchain in agriculture. It can be, this is the stages of data generation from which data are being generated, and they can be authenticated properly using blockchain. Crop and soil monitoring data is there. Warehousing and distribution data is there. Now, this is one more area which is very close to me, so I'm focusing more upon agriculture. Actually, rural management is my focus area as far as some of my projects are concerned. My patent also is Australian patent is in this area where we have developed a robotic underarm for kind of plucking of fruits and vegetables, underground fruits and vegetables, and also spraying of pesticides, etc. So this is one area which is very close to my heart, and I normally try to include it in most of my presentations when it is connected to the topic. So crop and soil monitoring can be efficiently done. A lot of data can be generated or are being generated out of it. Actually, I would just like to tell you that IBM had performed a certain experiment in a particular village in Bihar, where during this lockdown situation, they had tried this experiment. It was a barren land, and they did all the kind of, they used the technology, they used IoT, they used the sensors, they used different other mechanisms. They used pesticides properly, organic pesticides, and they just tried to cultivate something on that barren land. And by the help of technology, they got the indication that which particular land is proper for which kind of crops. Even though it was barren land, people were not farming. Most of the cases, what happens is that the farmers are doing the farming on a regular basis of the same crop. So suppose if they are not venturing into different crops. So here different crop opportunities were there. And after that experiment, it was found out that 1 acre of land on an average generated 80,000 profit after deducting all the expenses, 80,000 profit for the farmer per month. This was an average of per month per acre. And there were different crops at different seasons. So this actually changed the whole dimension of looking at agriculture as a sector where probably the farmer is not uh, So farmer is not a particular person who would be, who people fancy to follow. Most of the people are shifting from rural areas to urban areas in search of employment. So all this is the scenario right now. So maybe in the future, 2025 or 2030, we may find farming as a lucrative profession with many educated professionals moving to farming as a career. So this is where we are looking at all these technologies blending, and probably blockchain can play a very important role in this, because the traceability of all the transactions is very important. So warehouse and distribution also, it can be very much productive. A lot of data is generated out of it. Retail and marketing, how to market the product. Again, people want to see the origin of the product, from where it has been originated, what is the sequence of uh, the kind of flow from where it has passed on. So all these are various parameters based on which data is generated, and data can be authenticated, and blockchain can be used in a huge way. So there are different kind of temperature, pH, and all other soil related data, pesticide related data. You have weather related data. You might have found that in disaster management also, all this is being used. Weather related data is being used in disaster management for prediction of the things. Last few years, last 2 to 3 years, I've found this change in the entire in India. Basically what we find is that earlier cyclones used to come, and after the cyclone, measures were taken to rehabilitate the people who were affected by the cyclone. Now since last 2 3 years, our mechanisms, our weather prediction mechanisms, our cyclone disaster management mechanisms are in place, and we can predict it beforehand that this cyclone is coming. Different names are given to the cyclones, but this is very much possible right now, and this is changing the whole dimension of the way the rural areas are affected, seashores are affected because of the cyclone. So they can be in advance, they can be intimated, and steps can be taken to control this, the devastation that can be caused by this. At least life and some kind of property management can be done in such a manner that it is least affecting the people who are staying there. So these are some things that are going to play a very important role going forward. Quality control data, again, uh, right now mostly farmers are doing quality control on their own. They are not knowing what is the pesticide, what are organic pesticides, what is the pesticide flow that they should have for a crop, what is the kind of hybrid crops that they can cultivate in their farm. So here quality control data plays a very important role in guiding them towards that also. Transportation related data can also be there. Using sensors, they can track, people can track where their consignment is, so that can be done. Food safety, that is a major area. Then you have bill data. When we come to retail and marketing, we have bill data, we have taxes related and compliance related data that can be managed. So these are the data processing that can be done, or data generation is done, and then that can be processed. Now, this is where blockchain is coming. As I told you, that blockchain is involved in almost all the particular applications that we are going to talk about today. Smart contract processes, monitoring data is there. Now, blockchain is actually uh, giving a lot of security and authenticity to the data that is being processed. So, land usage related data, it can be crop efficiency data, financial audit, flood mitigation, or any kind of disaster management. So everything is properly managed using blockchain. So these are the, again, e-commerce sites are using it very effectively. I think so already a lot of speakers earlier would have mentioned this point, so I'm not going that much into this. Now my focus would be on the challenges of adopting blockchain in IoT application. That is the first step, because a lot of people are doing research in IoT based applications. So when you are preparing a model based on IoT, you are doing some kind of innovative work in IoT. At that time, how blockchain can affect it, and what are the major challenges that need to be taken into consideration. So IoT device, the first is the connectivity issue, right? Now this is not directly related to blockchain in a big way, but it can affect the kind of mentality of the people in using blockchain, because IoT device connectivity issues are there. In rural areas in particular, you have a lot of connectivity issues. So again, knowledgeable people who are managing IoTs and sensors, they are quite less. So we need a lot of professionals in this area. There are infrastructure issues which we need to tackle. So all these are issues which can play a very big role in blockchain penetrating the market faster or slower. The trade-off between power consumption, performance, and security. Now, power consumption is a major drawback as far as blockchain is concerned. Um, Already things are being worked out right now to make it still cheaper as far as power consumption is concerned. It can be optimized. The performance can be affected. Normally, it takes a little bit more time for the blockchain transactions to be executed. So that can be looked at from different angles. Again, the infrastructure is going to be costly enough. Compromising between concurrency and throughput, that I'll be focusing upon later when we are discussing the challenges. Handling big data on the blockchain, that is again a major area where you will find a lot of issues coming up, because big data on blockchain, you need infrastructure for that, you need a lot of resources as far as storage is concerned. So this all can raise a lot of problems as far as um, these challenges are concerned. And transparency and privacy, but the major important part is scalability and mindset. You need blockchain to be accepted by all the stakeholders. Now, here, that is a big issue right now. Still, acceptability is a big problem in India, which is raising government focus also now is increasing towards blockchain legalization in a particular way. So we are looking at a lot of promising opportunities coming forward. Supply chain management, how blockchain can transform. As I told you, from the origin, that is provenance of or the source of the particular product, starting from there to shipping data, to reducing human error, uh, to enforcing tariffs and trade policies, everything can be automated. So all this blockchain can be a big game changer. Transaction settlement, you have audit transparency. So a lot of issues which we had traditionally been facing, that blockchain can solve in particular supply chain management. So this is one of the major areas where blockchain is penetrating in a big way. Now in insurance, blockchain can be uh, a game changer, because again in financial transactions and insurance, uh, just recently actually we are in the tie-up for BBA fintech being launched. So this is going to be a big industry going forward, where finance technology is being combined to offer various solutions to clients. So it can be useful for claim management, fraud detection and risk prevention, peer-to-peer insurance. Now you can actually track all the insurance companies, just like we have a portability of mobile service providers. Similarly, insurance providers portability can be there. So this is going to be the future of insurance, wherein you can change your policy without any kind of extra charge. That is going to be the future going forward. Right now, what happens is that if I have a policy which I've taken with a particular service provider, insurance service provider, I'll have to continue it. Now, if I change to another service provider, maybe the benefits that I should receive, that are not being carried forward for the next policy, for the next year. So the same thing can be now in a portability form, where you can change your service providers. So that transparency would also come into this particular transactions using blockchain. Now, these are the major metrics, performance metrics that blockchain has, and this is where we actually are focusing upon our research areas. Now, whenever you are doing any research in blockchain, you have to look at all these parameters, performance metrics, and how we can increase or optimize the performance on these metrics. That should be the goal. So first metric regarding blockchain is transaction throughput, number of transactions committed per second. Now we want to optimize it because right now the blockchain market is quite new comparatively. So there are few people who are actually using the blockchain network all over India. So when the number of users increase, say in 2025, government has a target, blockchain providers have a target before them that they would be covering so many crores of clients, or they would be having so many use cases covered. So at that time, the number of transactions committed per second would increase. Now, will it actually give the efficiency as far as those transactions are concerned? That is a major question mark. So that is a performance matrix where we want to increase the number of transactions committed per second. Transaction delay. We want to reduce this. The time between submitting a transaction and committing it. So that gap should be as less as possible, because right now there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of security issues. Now the delay between this can also lead to a lot of security lapses, right? So this is one issue which we need to deal with. Transaction delay should be as less as possible. Contract execution time, the time for executing a smart contract and deploying in the blockchain. Again, that execution time should be as less as possible. So here, these are the issues regarding blockchain metrics that we are facing, and whatever new model, algorithm, etc. are being suggested or tool is being developed, that needs to contain all these metrics being addressed properly. Consensus cost time, time taken for a transaction to be processed and validated. Now that again is a major issue because many times this delay can lead to cancellation of the contract also. So we are looking at these all issues being sorted out in the research that we are going to undertake going forward. Network metrics are there. Now this is again from the network angle. These are the limitations or these are the metrics which we need to look at. If these are not properly addressed, then they can lead to limitations as far as usage of blockchain is concerned. So RPC response time, the time required to complete a remote procedure call or REST API. Now this is a little bit technical here, but we would like to again reduce the time taken. Response time should be as fast as possible. Propagation delay, the time taken to propagate a transaction through the blockchain peer-to-peer network. Now you need to communicate, so that communication time should also be as less as possible. Peer discovery time, time required for a blockchain node to find out its peer. Now, this again should be as fast as possible, because if this time is less, then the transaction time would be faster. State updating time, time required for the world state to be changed while running the smart contract. Now again, the notification should be provided faster to the clients, to the stakeholders. So that time should also be as, updating time should be as less as possible. Then you have the node metrics where you have the cache hit ratio, the ratio of number of serving and requesting content from a node's cache. Again, this depends upon the infrastructure also. So we need to develop cost effective infrastructure for blockchain management also. Transactions per memory, utilization of memory for processing every transaction. Now that utilization should be again as less as possible, because the more the utilization, the more the cost for processing increases. Transaction per CPU, the utilization of the CPU while running the smart contracts should be as efficient as possible. The CPU utilization should be based on the efficiency that is carried out, and the smart contracts would be more efficient if they are having more efficiency as far as CPU utilization is concerned. So these are the major metrics that any researcher should look at when they are going for their particular research area and research work. Now, some of the factors in IoT network, already the previous speaker had concentrated upon that a little bit, but it was at a very primary stage, I believe, because I joined at the last, so I was not clear regarding what were the topics being covered earlier. But anyhow, blockchain can resolve privacy and security issues if an IoT application needs a decentralized peer-to-peer ecosystem. Now, here we need to look at all these issues in a very major way, because decentralization is required. In most of the cases, still we are finding this centralization as a big problem for blockchain not being implemented. So decentralization is very much required here, and that should be throughout all the stakeholders. Many times it happens that one stakeholder is ready to decentralize the operations, but the other uh, stakeholder who is at the receiving end may be having a centralized network. So that needs to change. Blockchain could be a promising secured solution if IoT application requires to maintain payment process for its provided services without control of third parties. Now, wherever third parties are involved, it leads to a lot of problems regarding the security issues, regarding frauds happening, etc. So blockchain can be a very promising solution if IoT applications can be merged with the payment process using blockchain, so that third party control is removed. Also, we need to preserve the logs and traceability of sequential transactions. So blockchain can be very much effective in this particular preserving the log and traceability of sequential transactions. In fact, blockchain is being used primarily for that purpose. Now, what are the obstacles for IoT? We see how blockchain can help in with merging with IoT, providing solutions. But here we are looking at some kind of a obstacle here with IoT when blockchain is integrated. First is that the IoT sensors, if we are going to use IoT in a major way, IoT sensors still are costly compared to what they were what they are in other countries. So IoT sensors cost need to be reduced. Now that is not in our hands, but probably government can contribute to that by intervening and reducing some of the taxes and subsidies, etc., providing subsidies, so that IoT can be more popular in this particular transactions. So IoT, when we want to integrate with blockchain, there's a vast quantity of data which is produced by the IoT sensors, and that can be a major problem, because while processing transactions, as I told you, blockchain, one of the metrics is that we need high speed transactions. That means we need lower latency while processing the transaction. So this is one focus area where probably we need to look at from a different angle. Blockchain is still considered to be a little bit slow. It is consuming a lot of resources. So how we deal with this going forward, because this is a comparatively new area, so we face a lot of problems regarding the availability of cheaper resources. So that can be a obstacle going ahead. Another key issue is to preserve network privacy and transaction confidentiality. And here we are looking at identity preservation, because many times in blockchain it can happen that uh, public blockchain, again we have a private blockchain network also, but when we talk about public blockchain network, there are chances that identity of users or devices can be discovered by the attackers. So that's a major issue which needs to be dealt with from a security angle. Now, one more area where probably blockchain is being used, or a lot of research is now going on, is integrating blockchain with cloud of things. Right? I say cloud of things because it's not just cloud computing, it's also including fog and edge computing to a major degree. So I'm just giving it a name of cloud of things. Now here, blockchain as a service is also being introduced by most of the cloud service providers. So they were earlier giving different infrastructure as a service. Now they are giving blockchain as a service also. So here we are looking at integrating cloud computing, cloud of things with blockchain. So this can be big game changers if they are properly utilized in health solutions, e-health solution in particular, because now people don't prefer to go to the doctors. They want medicines, they want diagnosis by uh, different other methods, like maybe through apps, through video conferencing, etc. So probably here again we need authenticity to be maintained, we need security to be maintained, highly reliable transactions and healthcare services need to be provided. So here blockchain can play a very big role in all these things. So we are going to look at blockchain combining with cloud of things and transforming healthcare sector, not just the primary healthcare sector or the secondary healthcare sector, but also all the areas connected with healthcare. Like suppose I would like to say that pharmaceutical management, you can have lab tests being taken. So all these diagnosis activities can also be including blockchain to a certain extent to increase and transform the whole healthcare delivery system. So it's not just about hospitals, it's also about pharmaceutical companies, it's also about medical stores, it's also about how we are transforming the entire healthcare sector from the angle of uh, transactions which are done very fast, which are very secure, and which can be traced to different levels. So here we are looking at blockchain combining with cloud of things. Blockchain in smart cities. 2019 budget saw the announcement that smart cities and smart villages would be set up. Some particular target was also given. We don't know what is the progress of that, but uh, here we are finding that right now blockchain is being integrated with smart cities in a big way. IoT, AI, machine learning, you can have big data analytics. All this can be combined with blockchain to give you better results as far as smart cities are concerned. So we have home surveillance, home management, because crimes have increased. This pandemic has also increased a lot of crimes. So
Sir, there is no voice.
is my screen
Yes,
visible?
yes, sir, it's visible. You're audible too. Yes,
Okay, because there was some problem.
right, right. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Maybe some connectivity issue or something.
Yes,
So
sir.
we are looking at all these issues where we are looking at home surveillance being given more importance. We'll be finding smart cities where we have smart uh, homes, we have smart management of devices in most of the homes. So all these scenarios will require that blockchain be implemented in a big way in smart city operations. So the government is also targeting this. Most of the people are also looking at these solutions. We are looking at smart healthcare solutions, smart cities, smart transport solutions. So all these things can be combined to make things uh, better. And these are the challenges where we are facing, that we want to provide blockchain, uh, merge blockchain with all these technologies, and probably cost is one factor where we want to reduce the cost and we want to increase the efficiency of the blockchain operations. So these are going to be the challenges going forward. As I told you, we are looking at fog of things. As I told you, cloud computing is now very fast being replaced with fog computing, as also edge computing. Fog and edge computing are normally synonymous with each other right now. So we are looking at from IoT, we are moving towards IoE, Internet of Everything. So we want to reduce the energy consumption for IoT devices. As I told you, the cost of IoT devices need to be reduced. The energy consumption also can be reduced. We have a lot of research is going on these aspects. IoT devices in fog computing, they are usually linked to fog devices. through wired or wireless media using Zigbee or LoRa protocol. These protocols are actually very much right now happening, and these kind lot of research areas connected with IoT devices and fog computing. They are using blockchain also for this. So now it's not going to be research in a particular area. You're going to combine technologies, even though the main topic may be related to an area, but you're going to combine different technologies with blockchain to give you better results. So technology can reduce the amount of data uploaded on the remote cloud servers, and because of this, the time or the distance required for forwarding data and improving the response time is happening. So this is basically where we are looking at changes. Uh, uh, Body sensor network, again here there are some issues or challenges when we are integrating IoT with blockchain related to basically body related sensor network that we are having. Now patients privacy can be at stake as the minor nodes process plain text data. They are not secure enough, so that security needs to be worked upon. Then we can also have sensors which cannot enforce access control and perform encryption of data due to the limited processing and memory capabilities. So what we are finding here is that blockchain is very much effective as far as all these technology integrations are considered. But the only problem is we have infrastructure issues, we have processing time related issues, and we have memory related issues. So if these are sorted out, probably I think so we'll be able to give better services and better research can be done in all these areas. Level of security is also a very big issue because sensors or miners cannot determine health data repositories because the choice of storage is subjective. Again, we don't have a uniform storage mechanism. Sorry, we are having a lot of diverse storage taking place depending upon the kind of organization that we are dealing with. So in healthcare sector also, most of the hospitals are having a particular storage mechanism wherein they are looking at not the security part but the cost part. So if cost is cheaper, they are going for such security and storage mechanism, which can actually compromise with the details of the patient. So this is again a area which we need to look at when we are going for research. As I earlier told you, smart home monitoring architecture, this is probably one area where we have a network manager, we have a gateway, uh, we have a peer-to-peer blockchain network and a smart home network being provided. So we are looking at this solution which can be very much effective going forward. So any research related to smart home solutions, right? How can we give better efficiency from the existing models? This is one area where probably a lot of research will be carried out going forward. Machine learning based healthcare. I've just taken some random fields here so that we can focus upon the research part also. Now, machine learning, AI, deep learning, this is basically at the crux of healthcare right now. And even Google has actually tied up with a Madurai based hospital called Arvind Hospital, and it was in 2017-18, I think so. And they have Google has developed an AI based algorithm for proper treatment detection of glaucoma early in the patients. So this is an example where you can combine global players with local hospitals and you can provide better solutions. Now at that time blockchain was at a very infancy stage. So now blockchain will also be combined in these healthcare solutions and this can be provided to the patients, and hospitals can also improve the efficiency with the help of this. Now in healthcare industry, the challenges are data security and how blockchain can contribute towards that. Data security is the first challenge for healthcare industry. And here we have digitizing data security of transactions, and we have cryptography to secure transaction. Asymmetric cryptography is done to secure transactions. So data security challenge is being met by blockchain. Fragmented data. We have data which are coming from different sources and different fragments. So we can have shared data across the network and nodes. There have been many pilot projects which have been carried out at Israel and various other hospitals, also medical care centers also, where they've used smart contracts and they can draw patient data from different local storage systems. So fragmented data challenge can also be met by blockchain. System interoperability. Here we are looking at authenticity of the transactions, authenticity of the advice being given, authenticity of the follow-up cases, uh, and effortless execution of smart contracts across blockchain. So this is one aspect where probably blockchain is scoring and removing the healthcare industry challenge. And cost effectiveness, again here in USA, as per the survey, the cost effectiveness is much more than in other countries. But we are still looking at a cost effective solution where we have reduced transaction costs and real time processing taking place. So this is one challenge which still remains for us in India. Now, one favorite part where education, we are all mostly into the academics. So education is where blockchain can be introduced. This is just a block diagram showing how it can be effectively introduced in education. But still, we have this problem being faced that one particular employee or a student graduating out of a university, he goes for employment after joining at a particular place. After a few years, we get a mail requesting for the details to be provided and some kind of a verification to be made whether he was a student of this university or not. So this is a major problem being faced, and this is a very manually operated system right now, which is going on in most of the universities. So here, blockchain can play a very important role. This is a real life incident where in Tanzania, the president sacked around 10,000 civil servants because they had submitted fake educational certificates when they joined for their civil services, as they were government employees. So in April 2017, he sacked, Tanzanian president sacked them because all these 10,000 documents, educational certificates were found to be fake. So these are the issues in traditional verification. This can be one research area where a lot of things are still to be explored. Lack of transparency that is prevailing right now because you don't know. Many times it happens that even the university email IDs are changing, right? Or it may be that somebody else, email ID may be hacked and somebody else may be operating right now. So you don't know whether it is proper transparent mechanism or not to get the information. No trusted centralized authority. We don't have a centralized authority which will actually give all the details. It's all very much fragmented. Document can be forged, right? So that we don't have a mechanism to trace that in the traditional system. Reputational risks are there because it may happen that the person may fake your university degree and there is no mechanism of tracing it. Cost inefficiencies are there because there's a cost involved with this verification process. Most of the universities or colleges charge some amount and there's a delay in the transaction time also. So this can be a solution towards this where we don't have any kind of a manual process going on. It is all automated. Again, the only challenge here is that are all the universities ready for this change? So that is where probably because most of the private universities will actually look at the cost factor, not in the long term, but in the short term. So are we ready for this kind of change? That needs to be asked. But this is very much possible. There are various models working for verification purpose. Election, right? This is one major issue where right, I'm also guiding one of the, it's not directly associated with my under my guidance, but I'm guiding one scholar for this kind of a system where uh, we have we have a particular election security system being made using blockchain. So I'm very much involved in that project. So here we have a pre-election scenario wherein Chris is forming a political opinion He is bombarded by political disinformation campaign, as it happens in most of the countries, right? You don't know what is authentic, what is not authentic. Chris enters his name into a voter registration database, and then hackers breach the database with and after records. That means they have a hacker has all the details about Chris. Now, during the election time, Chris' vote could be miscounted by a hacked vote tabulation system. If Chris can cast his vote, his ballot would be changed by a hacked voting machine. Again, this all is very much possible, even though there are a lot of hues and cries by political parties after the election, once they lose. So the authenticity of these claims cannot be verified. But normally, it is found in most of the operations that there are security issues in our election system also. So, right? So winner is declared, and compromised reporting systems and are used to spread alternative results. Now this can happen basically, and this is the way in which the system is working right now. So these are the vulnerabilities, the orange areas that have been highlighted here, the second stage, right? These are all vulnerable areas where we need to look at some kind of security breaches happening. So how blockchain can help secure an election? Now this is very much, I have not shared that particular model that we are developing because we cannot share it right now because it is research work that is going on. So I'm not in a position to share that. Otherwise, that model is a very good model for showing how the election can be made more secure. And we are right now in talks with some election commission agents, commission officers also. If they are cooperating, then we can have a small a kind of a demo of that before them, and we can also test it properly in a simulated environment, and then we can look at executing this further. But again, this is early days. So pre-election, we have cryptography underlying blockchain technology, which ensures that the digital content comes from a trusted source. During election, actually, we can have blockchain immutable ledger, which can help store identity of the data. And after the election is over, individual can also track whether his vote has been counted or not, and whether that is as per what he has voted or not, or has it been manipulated in some way. So blockchain can play a very important role in all this. I've just mentioned the details here, how we can go about this. In fact, in West Virginia, a blockchain app called Votes, uh, it uses facial recognition to confirm voters' identities, compliant with the West Virginia laws. Again, we'll have to look at various country norms also and legal provisions also. They have to be followed. Online transactions can happen. Online voting can be done, but they have to be secure enough and authenticated by the legal provisions of the country. So that is a major issue which we are dealing with. Votes are stored on the blockchain inside what what's called as a digital lockbox. So that is stored, and then the counting clerk can unlock and count the votes. During that time, whether any tampering has happened or not with my vote, I can check through this system also. So I can actually vote and I can check whether my vote has been properly uh, given or not, and it is to the party which I actually intended to give. And post-election audit can also take place where election commission can also do the audit, and individual level also I can do my audit whether my vote has been properly recorded or not. Future of elections, we are looking at E2E, that is end-to-end, just like we have WhatsApp encrypted end-to-end. Similarly, end-to-end verifiable system where these three primary components would be there. Voters are assured that their choices are properly recorded. All voters can verify that their vote was counted in the official results. Again, many times it happens that you have voted, but your vote is not counted. It may happen that a particular election returning officer may be affiliated to some party. May happen. So they may ignore that, though there are observers, etc. But still, in India, everything can take place. So this is one system where we need to check that also. Public can verify that the results of the election are accurate. because they know that they have voted and accordingly the vote has been given to that party or not. So these are areas where probably a lot of work is still pending. Now, blockchain challenges, top 5 blockchain challenges according to the ratio that is mostly as per a survey from a company, from different companies, is that lack of adoption by other companies. That means it happens that one company is adapting, but other companies related, maybe the supplier or the client, etc., they may not be ready to adapt to blockchain. So that is a major problem which is being faced, due to which blockchain is not spreading the way it should spread. People with necessary skills to use the technology, or to rather drive the technology, are not available. So still there is a huge deficiency of blockchain trained professionals. Lack of trust among users. People don't trust. Like suppose if I say voting, now many of the people would not like to vote online because they still feel that it can be manipulated, and that this perception is going to last long until we remove all the security doubts. Financial resources, definitely there are a lot of resources being utilized. uh, it's costly comparatively, so we need to bring down the cost. And separate blockchains are not working together. So there are many blockchain solutions which are not working together, which are not integratable with each other. So this is a major problem that are being faced. Now I'll just skip this part. Smart city I've already covered. I've just skipped this part. Now here we are looking at providing solutions in research using blockchain and other technology in all these areas. First area is e-governance and citizen services. We have any kind of public information grievance redressal. For that, different models can be developed which can be more efficient, use technology properly, and the effectiveness and the criteria that we have laid down of grievance redressal, that are met. So that needs a lot of research still in this area related to e-governance and citizen services. Also, video crime monitoring is one big area where a lot of issues are there. But again, video crime monitoring is difficult because again, our storage devices, our configurations of our systems, our cost of systems are quite high compared to other countries. We need to bring that low to have video crime monitoring really possible. Then we have waste management. This is again a big sector which requires a lot of work to be done, where recycling is done. Now here robotics can be used for collection of waste, for collection of uh, even in the recycling process, instead of human beings, because right now actually there are a lot of health hazards related to, yeah, related to these. There are a lot of problems related to waste. So there are a lot of issues related to waste management which needs to be looked at, because right now waste management from our societies, from our different localities, is being done by workers who are appointed for that purpose, who are sanitization workers. And what they do is that they don't have any kind of security as far as their um, health hazards are concerned. They don't have proper protective gear given to them. So here we are looking at solutions where IoT, robotics, and blockchain can be combined with AI to provide effective waste management solutions. We can also have water management, because in 2025, Save Water campaigns is that 2025 water would not be available for normal use. Water would be just like we right now we have petrol and diesel being counted. It will be too costly. So water management, smart meter management, leakage identification, all these are areas where smart city will require all the technologies to be executed. Energy management, again, one of my books with River Publishers is regarding this energy management only. So this is again one area where we are looking at energy efficient, green city, smart city. All these can be a reality if energy is managed properly, and we can have a lot of alternative energy sources being developed. Then you have parking solution, urban mobility parking solution, and also transport solutions. So this is a major challenge because a lot of work is being done here, but still we are not getting effective solutions as well as implementation of this work is considered. So urban mobility is still a challenge. And then you have skill development centers right now. That is also a major issue for smart solutions. Uh, Telemedicine, people don't want to go to the doctor or hospital because they are risking that themselves. So they want telemedicine and tele-education from different sources. So that is also one area where a lot of work can be done. As I told you, this was the smart waste management system using AI and IoT, which can be combined with blockchain. Smart city challenges are there, where you have a lot of images. I've just shown this as an image kind of thing, where a lot of images are being captured. Now that images need to be processed, that needs to be authenticated, whether that image, because many times it happens that we see a lot of images coming on WhatsApp, etc., but they are fake images. So authentication of that images is also a major problem. And if you want to deal with traffic management, then this is a major area where image processing can be combined with blockchain. Autonomous vehicles, again, a big area where a lot of research opportunities are there. Here also blockchain can be integrated with this area. These are some healthcare innovation landscape solutions that have been offered. IoT, as we have already talked about, IoT is everywhere now. So smart villages also we are looking at based on AI. Now there is a particular uh, government government has a vision of 1 lakh digital smart villages, or you can see digital village or smart village. Now budget 2019 highlights this particular thing as huge job opportunity for IT related people. For any kind of digitally transformation to happen, you will need a lot of manpower. So this is again what we are looking at. This is an example of uh, an area where smart villages can be transformed, digital transformation of rural areas. Now, there are 5 categories in which the villages are bifurcated. One is an excluded village where there's no broadband, no digital skill, no public or private digital services, and no digital inclusion. That means it's totally digitally zero. So that's the excluded village. Then we can transform it into a connected village, then to committed village, experienced village, and then an active village which can serve as a model towards other villages. So this is a European rural area where this has been implemented and this is working wonders. Now, new technologies to transform rural area is IoT, AI, blockchain, big data analytics, because we need data analytics in a big way. Drones, nanomaterials for climate change and related concerns, and we have robotics. So robotics, actually one of my project again is dealing with rural areas where we have for government schools, we are planning humanoid robot as a teacher or an assistant, because in most of the rural areas, government schools, teachers are given additional responsibility of collecting data from the village, for different additional duties are given from time to time. Census collection data, they have to go home to home and collect the details. So they are not able to concentrate upon the teaching activity that is their main activity. So here we are planning a humanoid robot system which can be cheap, which is made up of e-waste, and that can also be combined with blockchain to give better solutions for teaching purpose. So these are the constraints. I'll just be taking a few more minutes, last 2-3 minutes. So blockchain constraint majorly, which is actually stopping the flow of blockchain in India, is that it involves enormous energy consumption. So hardware resources are used for each transaction. Scalability is a big problem because if you have large uh, applications, probably it is scalable, but then for small applications, you cannot implement this with the same way because of cost and other factors. Complexity of blockchain is there because people are not still that acquainted with blockchain. Privacy preservation is again a big challenge. because still there are a lot of privacy related concerns in blockchain. But the last one I would like to highlight, platforms and programming languages is one particular challenge, research challenge. Uh, but last one is mindset. This is a big challenge which we need to deal with while we are dealing with any new technology, inclusive of blockchain also. So mindset is a big problem which we are dealing with. Still, people are not having the requisite mindset. Still, for people, blockchain means cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is only what is blockchain. So blockchain is much more than that. So that people need to understand. Now, for any researcher, there are 5 C's that we are looking at. This would be my last slide before I wind up. So 4C is already given here. 5th C I would be talking about. 4C is collaboration. You need to collaborate. Just like my last 16 months have been a big achievement as far as collaborations are concerned. My 3 book projects that are ongoing right now, almost nearing completion, 2 of them, with various foreign publishers. I have collaborated with people whom I have not directly met till now. So collaboration is a key for research or any area where you're going to look at for growth. You need to collaborate with people. You need to have a research forum which you need to cultivate. That means suppose if you're working on blockchain, then you need to have at least 10 to 15 core dedicated blockchain related people whom you're connecting with, whom you are sharing your views every fortnight. So that collaboration is required. Communication. You need to communicate regarding whatever queries you're having, whatever thoughts, ideas, solutions. You need to communicate with each other. That is very much important. Here in India, basically, we find that researchers are not communicating with each other. Same is for many other countries also, but wherever communication has been strong, collaboration has been strong, their research level is totally different from what we find in other countries. Creativity is again one major area. Critical thinking, you have to think out of the box. And last is compassion. Compassion is very much missing in research nowadays. So whenever you are dealing with any kind of research, you have to be totally committed towards that, and you have to have a compassion wherein a human angle of commitment and human angle towards solving the problem should be there. It should not be just an automated work. It should be a human angle which needs to be there. So the new normal mantra right now is be socially connected and observe physical distancing. Don't be socially disconnected. Be socially connected, but observe physical distancing. Uh, Now, that would end my presentation. If there are any doubts or any kind of queries or any observations, I'm open to questions.
Any questions from the participant side? All right. But I think there is no question. All right.
Right.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Sailesh Iyer, for providing us with such plethora of information and insights on research opportunities in blockchain and allied technology. Now, I would like to extend warm welcome to the torch bearer of this event for paving the way ahead for us, Professor Dr. Sudhir Kumar Sharma, Director at IITM affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. Professor Sharma has extensive experience for over 21 years in the field of computer science and engineering. He obtained his PhD degree in information technology in 2013 from USICT, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi. His research interests include machine learning, data mining, security. He has published more than 50 research papers in various prestigious international journals and international conferences. Dr. Sharma is lead guest editor of special issue in Multimedia Tools and Application Springer. He authored and edited 7 computer science books in the field of Internet of Things, WSN, blockchain, cyber physical system of elsewhere, Springer, CRC plus USA. He also served as a speaker, session chair, co-chair at various national and international conferences. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tripti ma'am, convener of this faculty development program. And we are waiting for the guest of honor. Kindly check Amit sir joined or not.
All right, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
In the valedictory session, we requested to Professor Amit Prakash Singh as a guest of honor. And I think sir is joining. सर अरे देखो सर हाँ now we have to wait. Sir is trying to connect joining the FDP very soon.
All right, sir. Thank you. Participants, the feedback link has been uploaded in the WhatsApp group. I request all the participants to kindly fill the feedback form for the today's session. The 2 feedback link has been uploaded. And I was getting the query regarding the certificate. Right? The next week, we will going to mail you the certificate.
I think sir is taking the time.
Right.
Ma'am, we can complete the remaining part.
All right.
I think as we have reached towards the end of the 1 week faculty development program, sir का phone आ गया है.
Okay.
I would like to thank all the respected speakers for taking out their valuable time and sharing their extensive knowledge on various topics of blockchain technology. I would like to thank all the participants for joining us in this FDP on blockchain technology. More than 300 faculty members, industry professionals, as well as research scholars from the different departments and institutions, universities participated in this FDP from the different parts of the country and abroad. Further, I thank to the convener of this faculty development program, Dr. Tripti Lamba, Associate Professor, Dr. Pankaj, Associate Professor, Ms. Nidhi Srivastava, Mr. Gautam from the Department of Computer Science and other technical team members, because of whom the event went smoothly. Lastly, I would like to thank the IITM management for giving us an opportunity to recognize this FDP. And I think Amit sir is joining very soon. That is why I would like to introduce the Amit sir. Chalo, thank you. Okay. No problem. Tripti ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there, sir.
Amit Prakash, you can read out his profile. Maybe he joined. If he is not able to join, then you are requested for the vote of thanks.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the kind words. Now, moving towards the closure, I feel privileged to welcome our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Amit Prakash Singh, who is working as a professor in University School of Information Communication and Technology, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. His research work is in the area of artificial neural network, machine learning and data science. He has developed laboratory and course curriculum of embedded system design and digital system design for BTech and MTech students. He has published more than 50 research papers in international and national journals and attended various national international workshops and conferences. Dr. Singh visited UK, Portugal, Singapore, and Thailand to present his research work in international conference. Sudhir sir has joined or not? All right. I think some issues there.
Ma'am, you are requested for vote of thanks.
All right. Okay,
sir is not able to join.
Okay, sir. No problem. Thank you so much. Now we come to the conclusion of the event. This is a time to bid adieu, but this is also a movement which takes us towards future with better knowledge and experience. It seems to be a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making the workshop, faculty development program, a very resounding success. I extend my sincere thanks to the chief guest of the FDP, Professor Dr. Praveen Chandra, Dean from University School of Information Communication Technology, Guru Gobind Singh, Indraprastha University. Guest of honor, Professor Dr. Amit Prakash Singh from University School of Information Communication Technology, Guru Gobind Singh, Indraprastha University. And our eminent speakers, Dr. Bharat Bhushan from Sharda University, Professor Dr. Jublan J from St. Gitt's College of Engineering, Kerala Technical University, Dr. Rahul Johri from University School of Information Communication Technology, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Dr. Kiran Chaudhary from Delhi University, Mr. Abhishek Bhattacharya from WHRRL, Mr. Ranjan Gandhi from Expedia Group, Professor Dr. Basant Verma, R&D Coordinator, Department of CSE, G.H. Raisen College of Engineering, Maharashtra, Dr. Lokesh Chauhan from IIT Surat, Mr. Raj Kapoor, founder, India Blockchain Alliance, Professor Dr. D.K. Lobial from JNU, Professor Dr. Mansof Alam from Jamia, and Professor Dr. Shailesh Iyer from Rai School of Engineering, Rai University. I would like to place my hearty thanks to all the participators because of whom we made this FDP possible. Further, I thank Dr. Pankaj, Associate Professor, Ms. Nidhi Srivastava, Assistant Professor, Mr. Gautam, Assistant Professor from Computer Science Department. Without their consistent support and effort, it would have been difficult for me to make this event happen so smoothly. I also extend my thanks to my technical team, Mr. Rajpal and Mr. Rakesh Mandal, for their cooperation in the institution of this event. Event like this cannot happen overnight. So, as the wheels start rolling weeks ago and requires planning and bird's eye for the detail, here we are fortunate enough to be backed by the team of very dedicated and motivated team of our institute who know their tasks and very much result oriented. I once again want to state that we are grateful to all the speakers for their knowledge sharing and inputs over a very future-centric complex topic like blockchain and cryptocurrency, and presented in a simple way and a liquid manner. We thank you to be for being with us this time. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you once again. Can I request all the participants to switch on the camera, please, for the photograph? Sudhi, sir? I request all the participants to switch on the camera, please. Thank you so much, everyone. If anybody would like to share anything, you're most welcome. If any participant would like to share something, they are most welcome, please. All right, Sudhi sir, I was waiting for you for the selfie photograph. All right,
Okay,
now we can have.
thank you very much.
All right, we can have one more. Can we have
But
one more selfie?
Nidhi, where is Nidhi?
Is there only, sir?
Nidhi, you open your webcam. And all participants are requested kindly open your cam.
Yes, sir.
Once again, thanks to all participants.
Overall, it's a nice experience.
Yes. Ma'am, you can also invite the feedback from the participants.
Yes,
If
sir.
anyone would like to give the feedback online, it is always
Yes,
good.
I requested the participant, if anybody want to speak anything, they are most welcome. And
Yes, ma'am. I'm Seema Gupta from University of Delhi. And I like the structure and overall the presentations and the various speakers. And it really enhances my understanding about the blockchain. And definitely kudos to all the teams and the organizers and you. So a big thanks and congratulations to each one of you. And I'm really get to know various things about this. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Seema madam. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you to all and bye-bye.